Today on North Carolina Law TV, David Daggett, injury and disability lawyer from Daggett, Shuler Law out of Winston-Salem, talks to us about life insurance.
So what happens is many times family or loved ones don't even know if or what policies exist.
Right.
You hear all the time about a husband or a wife having a life insurance policy that they've put away toward their entire life and never even told family members.
Right.
Is, for example, if you get, if something happens while you're on a trip, and you bought your tickets for the trip on your credit card, there may be some death benefits there.
That's all next on this episode of North Carolina Law TV. Life insurance is one of those necessary evils in life. It's not fun to think about, it's not fun to research and set up, and especially not fun to pay your annual premiums. But in the event of you or your spouse's unexpected death, the life insurance policy can really be a saving grace. And yet, every year, millions of dollars of life insurance claims go uncollected. Oftentimes, this is because beneficiaries are unaware of the policies. Additionally, many companies don't go out of their way to track down beneficiaries after a policyholder dies. David Daggett is here today to answer some common questions about life insurance and to explain how to find out if you are the beneficiary of any unclaimed policies. David, thank you for your time today.
Well, thanks for having me on.
I'm glad that you're here. Following the death of a loved one, when is the right time to deal with an existing life insurance policy?
Well, the time to deal with a life insurance policy is as soon as possible. Now, after the death, there's obviously the emotions and things to be taken care of. But on the business side of things, you need to take care of your life insurance policies to make sure you get those benefit proceeds that you're entitled to take care of yourself and to take care of your family.
Sure.
That's the reason it's there. In fact, many life insurance policies, a big reason for having it is just so that you have money to pay for the arrangements for the funeral and that sort of thing following the death.
So you might need it immediately
You might
as
need
well,
the-
or might be able to use it immediately.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly. So what happens is many times family or loved ones don't even know if or what policies exist.
Right.
So the question is what do you do to find out? And what you do is, number one, go through all the important papers. All of us have some place that we keep our important papers. Some may be more scattered than others, but we have our important papers. Go through those important papers. You hear all the time about a husband or a wife having a life insurance policy that they've put away toward their entire life and never even told family members.
Right.
They were doing it because out of their own diligence and prudence, they wanted to make sure everything was protected if something happened to them. But they didn't let anybody know what those papers were. So look through important papers. The other thing is to contact the Human Resources Department at the deceased employer, because many people have life insurance through their work or as an employee benefit. Okay, so there's those areas, and then there's some interesting areas that and this is the reason why you need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. Is, for example, if you get if something happens while you're on a trip, and you bought your tickets for the trip on your credit card, there may be some death benefits there. So there's various areas where there could be death benefits available to you in that sort of situation. The unfortunate thing is that many times those benefits go completely unprotected, and yet you have children who need to go to school and everyday needs and those sort of things, and you can't provide for them. So getting those benefits and being aware of them is very, very important.
So that's helpful to know some places to look for. You gave some good examples there of places to look for, something that normally people wouldn't think about.
Normally you wouldn't think about it. The other thing you have, and I don't mean to be stereotypical, but you have the little old lady whose spouse dies, and sometimes they get a little pushback or resistance on the claim, and they give up too fast. Okay? So if you have questions about a possible claim or a policy, you need to talk to somebody who knows a little bit more about that, knows how to pursue those claims and knows how to recover on them.
So it's not only looking to see what's out there and what's available and what someone has been contributing towards to take care of their family, but also just navigating working with the policy.
Navigating's a good word.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it becomes very difficult to just go through the claims processing. And many times people go through the processing and say, well, that insurance policy lapsed, or a premium was missed, or this or that, and people give up. Lots of times there's still a way to be successful on those, and there may be, those may be benefits that you're entitled to.
Right, that you are.
So experienced, competent help from somebody that's handled a lot of those claims in the past may be able to help you navigate that system and recover the benefits you're actually entitled to.
That has been contributed to so that you would have those benefits.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. It's something you paid for,
right,
you're entitled to those benefits.
Right. And it's a time when you're dealing with other, you're dealing with other emotions and just that loss, and so having someone there beside, working with you to figure out how to find these and get the benefits.
Yeah. What happens is, because of the emotions of the situation, it takes your eye off the ball of taking care of the business aspects. So you need a third party involved, a lawyer, to help you pursue that and make sure you're properly taken care of.
Well, that's really good to understand. Thanks so much for coming and sharing with us about that. Is there anything else that we should know about life insurance policies before we go?
In dealing with life insurance policies, you just need to know that you do have rights, and you need to go know where to look and who to talk to make sure you're protected in that situation.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today and sharing this information with us.
Thanks for having me on.
If you or someone you know has questions as to if a deceased family member has an unclaimed life insurance policy, you can call David's office at 336-724-1234. Until next time, this is Nancy Hollert for North Carolina Law TV.